Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hooper's Lab podcast. This is the podcast where we tell things basketball. I'm your host, Brody, joined here by my co host, Riley.
Hello, hello. I am the number one CJ McCollum hater on the planet.
Bro, that tweet you sent me was wild.
I know, I was like, damn.
No wonder they deleted it right away. What did CJ do this time?
He's playing terrorist ball again, is what they call it on Twitter.
Ah, not again. Do you know what CJ stands for?
Like what his actual name is?
Yeah.
Christian James.
Ah, smart, man. I did not know that, but I'm not locked in
For real.
to
Come
CJ
on here,
McCollum.
slacking.
I'm not locked in on CJ McCollum like that, you know? You're just a super fan.
Yeah, I love that guy so much.
He's your favorite. I didn't know he was shooting 42% from three on 8 attempts.
I know he's been super efficient from three this year. That's the one good thing he's done very well this year.
Yeah, because last year was a bit of a down year. I think there was an injury or
It was his hand, so it makes sense.
that. Hmm? So yeah, we are back here with another episode. Um, Again, we're kind of in the dead kind of season, but there's still some things to talk about. Hmm. Is there anywhere particularly you want to start?
With Victor Wembanyama. No, I'm just kidding. Don't
I don't
actually
have that on the notes.
don't actually have anything to say about him, but he's very good at
Yeah,
basketball.
he had a 4-by-5 game.
Yeah,
Didn't get the steals.
he just has stats like literally every game. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, but I mean, let's stop glazing him. I guess the biggest news is the Clippers rebranding stuff. Did I cut out?
No,
Okay. The Clippers rebranding stuff.
let
So
me
they announced
let me pull up a picture of this.
this garbage. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, the thing is, they had like the worst logo in the league, probably.
Yeah,
So anything's an upgrade.
yeah, it's not bad, but yeah, I don't know. It's fine. It's one of those more modernized logos, which like fair enough. Everyone seems to be trying to do that these days, but yeah, it's fine. I don't know.
Yeah. I think people are talking about the hidden meanings in it, and like that it's a compass.
I
The
thought it was
like
a boat.
basketball seams at the bottom. Well, yeah, but there's like the C and then like the
Oh yeah,
points are
yeah,
a compass.
yeah,
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 the
yeah.
basketball.
Yeah, people are gonna do that to try to justify it being like an elite logo when in reality like it's fine. At the end of the day, I mean it's just a logo, so like
Yeah, it's fine. Um, it it does look like a cruise ship, which is what lots of people are saying.
yeah,
Which isn't the type of boat they were going for.
it does look like a
But
cruise ship actually.
yeah, what do you think of the jerseys though?
I don't even know what the jerseys. I don't even remember seeing the jerseys. Oh yes, I do.
Yeah,
I rock with the jerseys. They're simple, but they're kind of clean. So
rank
some
them
people may not like that, but I don't mind it.
rank them from best to worst.
I really like this red one.
Really?
Then probably the white and then the navy, just because the navy's kind of bland.
Yeah, I think the white's my favorite.
The white is super clean.
I think it's the cleanest. I think the red is actually my least favorite.
Damn.
That's just
L
me.
tap twice on some ass like Graham.
Okay. I don't know. They're okay. Honestly, like I wouldn't. I know that they weren't gonna do this, but they were considering it, doing a complete change, like new name, new branding. But
That's interesting. I mean, not like they have a whole lot to of like heritage with the Clippers and awards
exactly,
and shit. So like I could see the incentive behind being like, fuck it, let's just change everything.
yeah. Well, where is is the arena still in LA or is it somewhere else in California?
I would assume so. I have no idea though. What's the arena called?
because into it. It's in Inglewood, California. I don't know.
I was
I
gonna
guess
say
it's like
we'll just act like I know where that is.
yes, we know what that is. I mean, I guess if it's still in LA, then like I guess so. I wouldn't have minded, them going to San Diego or something.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Do a, but I don't know. Yeah, it's all right. They had one of the worst logos in the league.
I feel like all the logos are kind of going down the drain.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I
it's
mean,
just because they all like these super simplistic logos, which like are fine, but they're just so like uninteresting. Like the Jazz rebrand. Jazz rebrands are so mid.
yeah. I don't know what they were thinking there, but yeah, I don't know. We need old logos. We need just like more creativity when it
Yeah,
comes to not only logos but also jerseys.
yeah. Nike's honestly really dropped the ball since they took over.
Yeah, is it a Nike thing though?
Probably not. Probably not. Maybe it has something to do with it, but I don't know. Ever since Nike took over, we haven't really gotten anything of interest.
Yeah, I think most of the stuff is just like uninspired. And definitely Nike has dropped the ball in the sense that there's new jerseys like new city jerseys every year.
And like the thing
And
is, they
yeah,
when they do make the new city jerseys, they like damn near half the time look the same as the last year's city jerseys, especially the jerseys that do good. They're like, well, let's just invert the colors.
the Heat be like they just did
Literally.
that like years. They were like, what if we did it this way?
Now
What if
now
we
it
combined all of the
now it's
jerseys?
pink. No, for real. They're like, first we'll do a black one, then we'll do a white one, a blue one,
It
a
started
pink one.
started white, black, and then was it the
I think it was the
it was the
blue
blue,
first, yeah,
and then the blue and pink,
and then
and then
everything.
yeah, they bring that to the ground.
For real.
We still haven't seen the white out with them. I want to. Well, that would be cool. But yeah, I think there was just like I think the old jerseys and logos that we love from like the '90s. I think that was like one guy. I thought I saw like a clip of it.
Bro was just
Um,
cooking up one night.
I think he was cooking. Guy who made '90s basketball logo. I This is not gonna come up, but I could have sworn it was like one guy
Random
that did
guy
most.
on the internet who used to make jerseys.
Shout out to you, whoever you are. But yeah, there's lots of teams that I think need a new like logo slash like touch up, like a facelift.
Yeah,
Like I
the
feel like the
Pistons,
Mavericks logo is so. Like, the Mavericks logo, I think, could use some work.
Mavericks logo. Is it the? Have they changed it?
Um,
It's always
not.
been like that though, hasn't it? No,
Yeah,
maybe
but I mean, like, I don't like it. It's like
I get that.
too. I think that they could like use a new logo.
That's fair.
Yeah, they've used it since 2001, and it gives me 2001 vibes. So,
I mean, fair enough.
and not in the best way. They, it's like Reddit and different places like that. There are some really good like fans that make like jerseys themselves, like
Mm,
mock
yeah,
jerseys.
yeah.
They're really
No,
talented. Some of those guys need to get hired.
literally, I swear, half the people that make like fan made shit make it better than the league.
Yeah, like concept jerseys and stuff.
Yeah,
I'm like, why aren't they thinking it? Like they're not getting paid. Um, yeah. So I want to talk about some NBA fights, or I guess scuffles, as there were two separate occasions. One of them was the Hornets and Warriors that happened, where who was it? It was Miles Bridges, and I don't remember the Warriors player.
it was some guy off their bench.
Yeah, but he was
Why
just,
was Miles Bridges even in the game?
it's true. I didn't think
Stick,
of that.
stick to beating women, buddy.
I was gonna say, yeah, Mads is picking beef with everyone. Don't matter who. So then there was that, and then there was the Grant Williams and Draymond stuff, because they were kind of going at it a bit. Um, and the same thing happened with Dennis Schroeder and Mike Conley, because Mike Conley, the game was basically over. Mike Conley hit a three, and Dennis Schroeder did not like it. But the thing is, no one on this Nets team backed up Dennis Schroeder.
Damn right, he
No
had
one
to
likes that
deserve it.
guy. No one likes that guy.
It's kind of crazy.
Every team he goes to, he's like, this team leadership is bad on this team. Well, maybe people just don't like you.
Maybe, yeah, Dennis just needs to. Man, I kind of miss OKC Dennis though.
Yeah, that was his prime. Did he
Bro.
win? No, I think Montrezl that year.
Yeah, that was the
I remember he
Montrezl
got
year, I think.
absolutely robbed
Yeah, bro, Montrez
because
winning
Dennis
six
should have
man
won
with
that year.
Montrez winning six man of the year is insanity looking back on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Pelicans and he
Especially,
he also had a mini scruffle.
yeah, that didn't have to do with the same sportsmanship rules, but what
Yeah.
happened with that one?
So Kevin Love throws a turnover, and they're like in the Pelicans are already in the half court. So Zion gets the ball, and he goes to do a layup, and Kevin Love wraps him up. Kevin Love wraps him up, and Zion falls on the floor. And then Najee comes over, um, and I don't know. I I genuinely think it was just Jimmy Butler starting shit. So Najee comes over, and like Jimmy Butler pushes him, and then Najee low key put him in like a he low key was like trying to choke him. So yeah, then things started spoiling over, and then like everything started to seem to calm down, and then Jose Alvarado and Thomas Bryant just like swung. I was like, what the hell? They literally weren't even on the court either. They were on the bench. Oh, and
Uh,
some Heat fan was ejected as well. He like threw something at them. Then on the mic they were like, "Get him the hell out of here!" I was like, "Damn."
just some fan was like, yeah. I did see that part because it was like, why would you like throw something like the player's gonna be like, yeah, thanks, buddy, you
you
helped me
you
there.
helped us there.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean,
Oh
oh, sorry.
no, I didn't hear what you said. I don't know if it was your
Oh,
mic or the lag.
the intensity like just shows that they care.
Yeah, I agree.
And this point of the season,
Yeah, the another my favorite fight was definitely the Warriors and Hornets one, just because of Steve Clifford's reaction. Goes goes over to shake Steve Kerr's hand, looks back. What the fuck?
that was the best clip. That's like my favorite clip of the week. It's they're
Yeah,
all like buddy catching up because the game's over. They're like, oh, good job, and then they look back.
they're just like, what the hell is going on?
I seen something where it was like, oh, it's like parents at the playground, and then they look back and their kids are like fighting, and they're like,
Literally, though, that's how it is.
yeah. Um, so what do you think of the sportsmanship like rules?
I think it's like I understand having sportsmanship and like having the unwritten rule. Like, fair enough. Like, yeah, it's a respect thing, cool. But if you're gonna take exception to that, you're literally a bitch. Like, Miles Bridges is worried about some bum on the Warriors bench scoring 2 points. Like, maybe you should have tried to win the game then. And yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, like LeBron said the other night, you had to play until the buzzer. I forget what he actually said. It was something like that. But yeah, no, literally, like there's a game clock for a reason. Like if you're gonna take exception to 2 points out of the 130 points that they scored, maybe you should have tried harder to win. Like I don't know. I think it's literally just being salty that you lost. So like
Yeah, that's kind of my perspective on it. It's just that like you should have tried harder, and like they're scoring easily at the end because you're letting them score. So it's like
literally,
you stop playing defense and you expect them not to score.
yeah,
Like
it's dumb.
maybe try harder and have some pride. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm of the belief that go right till the buzzer. think it's more disrespectful if they're just like toying around.
I was gonna say,
Honestly,
like messing around. Grant Williams is
yeah,
so fake tough too. Like, why is he always like trying to headbutt people, bro? It's so annoying. Like
he's
literally,
like a rhino.
no one wants to see your ugly ass forehead in their face.
Yeah, I love that juicy forehead. He's got a big forehead too, so maybe he's just trying to like flaunt it. I don't know. Not that I can talk about big forehead. I got hair to hide it. He doesn't. He has the hairline way back. So,
He ain't got no hairline. He ain't got shit.
but yeah, that's kind of my belief on it, and it's a debate that's like we have this kind of instance every some point.
You know, the only people that are gonna care about it are old heads.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan would never have done that. If he did that, he would have
like
been crucified back in my day.
like if you're taking an open three or an open layup because the defense isn't playing, then yeah, that makes sense. But if you're doing like off the backboard dunks, something like that, then that's a bit like much. But even then, like if it's the bench players out there, they're trying to, that's their time. They're trying
Yeah,
to get their run.
no, literally, like, bro's. What if that was bro's first points? I genuinely don't even remember who it was. So like,
I can see now.
I can't remember his name.
Verse Miles Bridges verse. It's not gonna Miles Bridges Warriors. This is oh wait. It was Bridges and fuck, I don't know
It was Bridges
how
and fuck.
Les Lester Winones.
Lester from GTA. Let's go.
Lester Quinones.
Good for. Did he even end up getting the basket? Because I think it got blocked, unless it was like a goaltend.
I have no idea.
Because I'm pretty sure Miles Bridges blocked it, but unless it was a goaltend.
I have no idea.
Guess we'll never know.
But never know. But yeah, my favorite part to come out of that is the Steve Clifford and
No, I watched that and I was in my car and I just started dying.
that's the best thing to come out of this. It's something that should stand the test of time.
It
Like, I
should,
want
if
to see that
anything.
used. Oh, speaking of Steve's, Steve Kerr got an extension.
Yeah, I like as much as it's known that I'm not a Steve Kerr fan here. I uh I like the extension. Keeps the core together, keeps Steve Kerr in line with Steph Curry's contract. Um,
Yeah.
Even if you don't extend Steve Kerr at the end of his contract, at that point you would expect Steph to be even more so on the decline than he already is. So,
Well,
um,
what incredible.
well, I
But
just
I see.
no, I just think he won't be like he'll still be good, but I don't think he'll be able to carry the Warriors like he's been doing the past few seasons.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but yeah, I like how the contract aligns with Steph's. I don't. I feel like Steve Kerr literally. I wouldn't be surprised if he just like retired after this, or like tried to go to like an executive type role, because like
He probably will.
he's
I don't
not.
see him coaching another team after.
There's just no reason for him to. Like he's already got 4 rings. What's he have like
Got
four?
money.
What's he have 4 as a player?
Mhm. I don't know how many. He has a lot. He won one with the Spurs,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna check. I think it's four. I think you're right on
I'm
that.
pretty.
Five. He has five as a player.
Bro, see, he's just that good, man.
He was born in Lebanon. Interesting. Um, but yeah, he had the Lebanese Steve. Yeah, he's got five as a player. So
Wait, who's
he
the?
won.
You said the person on the Hornets name is Lester. He's not even showing in the NBA app. I'm checking the box score. His name's literally not here.
For the one game?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was him. Uh, who cares? He won two with the Spurs. Steve Kerr did.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, I can't see him really coaching any other team after. And I think the Warriors, once the Steph Curry era is over, they just want like a clean break.
Yeah,
I
I
don't think
I
they
agree.
trust Steve Kerr with young guys when they enter that rebuild. So
Steve Kerr and the kids, and I don't think he wants to do that either. So it makes
no,
sense.
it makes sense from all angles.
Yeah, I I like it. Even though Steve Kerr as a coach is meh, um, I
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah. Um, who was it? I forget. It was either no dunks or across the board. They were like, Steve Kerr was a guard when he played, so his like default is to go small. When
That
things
was
aren't going
that
right,
was that
go
was
small.
that was numbers on the board.
Okay, yeah,
They
yeah.
were I think they were reading it. Maybe it was no dunks. They were. I just remember they were reading like questions or comments or something.
It was no dunks.
I
It
think you're
was
right.
the
It was no dunks.
beach. Let's
Yeah,
go to the beach, baby.
I
That
know
song gets me
that shit hit. I was like, what is going on?
That song hits. Um, I want to Max Struess game winner. That's kind of cool. Did you
Yeah,
see it?
I didn't see it live, but my friend was like texting me. He was like, Max Struess, like, did you see this shit just happen? I was like, no, lol, what's going on? And I look, and the first thing I see is him taking a half court shot for a game. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. But he was on fire because he hit a bunch of threes before that. He had an Ingram-esque point streak.
Wannabe.
Ingram against the Raptors, except I think the Ingram Raptors one, it was like a blowout. This was a close game. I don't remember what the score was of the Pelicans Raptors game.
It was definitely a blowout.
They hit threes. But yeah, he was on fire. The Cavs are looking really nice. I don't know if this is actually true. They have to have one of the best records in the league, if not the best, because they had the stuff with Donovan Mitchell when Garland was out, and now they're still full of.
Hmm.
How serious do you take this team?
Yeah, I genuinely think they're super hard to gauge because I think JB has been doing a better job at figuring out how to use Mobley and Allen both at their strengths, which is at the center. Um,
Yeah,
and I think he's finding a decent balance between the two. Um, Darius Garland has been a little concerning this year. He has not been having a great year. Um, Spite has obviously been fantastic, and we know he's generally known as a playoff riser. So you would hope he is able to continue to do what he's doing, if not better. And that might be all you really need in a series, depending on the matchup. Obviously, like if the Cavs get the Bucks, that's food for Donovan Mitchell, bro. But
yeah, and they have the personnel to kind of
slow
jam
down.
that pace. And
Exactly. Um, like yeah, I think they definitely have a solid chance, but they're just super hard to gauge. Just because yeah, at the end of the day, they start 2 6-1 guys, and then they also start two basically. I think Jared Allen's listed as like 6'9" now, but
really,
at least he is in 2K, and I'm pretty sure they go off of the. Or at least he was. I don't know if he still is, but I'm pretty sure 2K goes off of the
he's six
like the
eleven on
listed height.
Basketball Reference.
I don't know. Maybe they're wild and then, but yeah, they basically got the twin towers and then the mini towers, and then whoever's doing good,
Mini,
whoever's doing good running the three. Um,
yeah. They got the Twin Towers and the Lego Towers. Yeah, what was I gonna say? Well, you can't trust 2K because didn't weren't they the ones that had Shaq Harrison 6'7"?
yeah, they definitely have messed up some heights at sometimes.
Yeah,
Wasn't
and
the
then Kenny
Anthony
made a
Melton
video.
also super tall at one point?
Who?
The Anthony Melton?
Anthony? Maybe.
I feel like
I
he
think
was
he
taller.
yeah, like 6'5", but
Yeah,
is he 6?
no, I'm pretty sure they have him at like 6'2" now.
Yeah, but he was at one point listed as 6'5", I'm pretty sure.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they just how hard is it?
For real.
$1 billion company, by the way. So trash. But yeah, this Cavs team, I am worried about like Darius Garland hasn't been great, so
Yeah.
they've been doing good without him. And he also like he had his jaw locked shut. He had the Kanye West treatment. He was just like eating through a tube.
Yeah.
He lost a lot of weight because of it, because if you're eating just through a tube, like
Bro's
you're
eat
not gonna.
bro's eating baby food.
Yeah, but no, Jimmy Bickerstaff would just be at his bed. Just,
Here you go, Darius.
just some applesauce. But yeah, I don't know. It is a bit concerning, and also the fact that Donovan Mitchell has kind of he's improved every year when it comes to his like uh decision making and playmaking. Maybe they don't need a Darius Garland type.
Yeah. No, that's a thing, and that I feel like that's the thing with a lot of. I feel like I mentioned this not too long ago, but I feel like that's the thing with the elite scoring two guards. I feel like eventually, if you want them to be the leader of your team, I feel like they eventually need to transition more into a one, especially if they're undersized like Donovan Mitchell. Like like at the beginning of his career, the Suns picked up Chris Paul because Devin Booker really needed like he was an underrated playmaker at the time, but it felt like he really needed that playmaking one next to him. And obviously Chris Paul did that. And now I think Devin Booker has improved so much as a playmaker to the point where he can run the one perfectly fine, even if he didn't have Bradley Beal and Kevin Durant as his co-stars. Um, and I think with the Timberwolves, I feel like that's what they're trying to do with Ant um, and Mike Conley, but Ant hasn't struck in me a lot yet as the type to be able to handle proper playmaking responsibilities. But
He's not there yet.
yeah, but Spida, I definitely think at this point is, and it's not that, you know, obviously Darius Garland needs to be phased out or anything, but I could see, but between the two of them, what they do is a little redundant.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's just hard when you first start like a franchise around like a shooting guard like that, because it's just hard to build around them because you need a point guard that is like unselfish but can also play off the ball, and then you sacrifice being small because like Donovan Mitchell's a small guard,
Yeah,
and then they're playing a small point guard next to him, you know.
yeah, it's
But
just hard
he's
to,
definitely with
yeah, yeah,
I think this season he's really showed it.
hmm
This is his career high in assists. He's averaging 6 assists a game, 28 points per game, and he's six. It says he's 6'3", but he used to be listed at like 6'1".
he definitely used to be listed at 6'1". Why
Either
is it?
way,
I
he's
just
like
don't
point guard.
understand how they like switch it so often. Like, didn't he come into the league 6'3" too? Listed
Yeah,
6'3" too?
I think at one point he was like 6'1" though. I
He was definitely six
don't
one last year. So what's going on here? NBA
Instead of what college they play for, what's their height?
for real. It's literally a guessing game.
It literally, yeah, it'd be like when Charles Barkley's doing who he play for. It'd be that level of just Hail Mary throwing a dart at dartboard because we don't know anymore. Uh, but yeah, I think he can definitely run the one. It kind of would suck to break up that four since they do seem to have good chemistry.
Yeah,
And yeah, but I love Darius Garland, great player. I think that he can go to another team and really show his value more just because there is that overlap a bit with Donovan Mitchell and
yeah.
Darius Garland's skill sets. Like if you put Darius Garland next to like a forward, like a scoring forward, like Zion,
I was gonna say the Brandon Ingram from Darius Garland swap is there
I don't mind it, but who do you think it makes more sense for?
right now. Probably the Cavs, because I mean at that point the Pelicans have to figure out what to do with Um, Christian James, because two
Yeah,
6'1" guys. Um,
yeah.
and
Send him
then
home and we'll send him back to Ohio.
Pelicans fans would be happy though. Brandon Ingram's gone. Then they can start Trey Murphy, their Lord and Savior.
Yeah, Herb. So you'd have like uh, Garland,
Herb has been
Herb.
phenomenal. He's shooting like 42% from three, bro.
Just shut up, okay?
What'd you take?
Don't need to talk about Herb.
You gave me I gave you Jaden Ivey. I feel like that's not bad because Isaiah Joe's been okay since I got him.
Yeah. Um, I don't want to talk about this anymore. We'll see at the end of the season how well it goes.
Come on,
But
Monty, get back to benching him.
bro, I flipped Ben Simmons and he immediately just like is off the bench, not playing. I'm like, trade him for Malik Young. Like, okay,
That's a steal, bro. What the heck?
I know.
Ben Simmons will give you a solid 8, 8, and 8 every 3 games.
Not even every 3 games, bro. Like,
Maybe 5.
it's yeah, it's crazy. But back to the Cavs, that they're a team that like second round like dangerous team that like has the potential to make it to the conference finals if all things align.
Hmm.
But they're just a really good team right now.
Yeah, yeah, they're playing solid and beat who you can beat, and yeah, we'll see how they can. I think they'll be more ready for the playoffs this time around, even if they don't
Hope
make.
so.
The lights won't be so bright, but even if they don't make like a conference finals run, I think it'll feel more competitive for them.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Let's talk about the best player in the league.
LeBron?
Take another stab at it.
Ah,
Christian James.
yeah.
We just talked about him.
CJ McCollum, we all know he's the best player. Let me guess, we're talking about Luka Doncic here.
No, we're talking about Jokic. Because the Nuggets are 5-0 since
Yeah, they've been hooping.
nothing break. Yeah, they've been hooping. Jokic is averaging 23 points per game, 15 rebounds, and 13 assists in that time. Um, and he's had lots of 15, 15, 15 games. The quinceanera,
He's been getting that quinceañera.
yeah, that's such a cool
That's the
term.
Jokic.
And he's
That's the Jokic stat.
yeah, the quinceanera. I wonder who leads the league in quinceañeras like all time.
Westbrook's got to have quite a few.
What it's gotta be? Yeah, Westbrook has to be up there because yeah, Westbrook had a 20-20-20 game. What's that one called?
The I have no idea.
The Vision, the
Visionary.
20-20-20, the Visionary game. What a visionary!
Yeah, I think Jokic is whether they're trying for it or not, they're definitely definitely trying to get up in the standings. But
Yeah, apparently Jokic sent out to
that's
like the
my
Nuggets
leader.
player. Basically, it said that their goal is to like be the one seed with the championship.
Yeah,
Which
and
I mean, the championship one obviously, but
I think they can do that. And if they do that as well, I definitely think it'll lock in Jokic's MVP case now that Joel is crippled once again.
yeah, yeah, we still don't have an update on that,
I
which is
know.
crazy.
Well, how long has it
It's
been?
been it's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 or 3 weeks, and there's been no like update for what's happening, which is telling in itself, I think.
Yeah.
I don't, and the Sixers are slipping. They might not even make the playoffs because, like, once they get to that play-in spot, I don't know if
With no
I
Embiid,
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
Tyrese Max,
uh,
he's a gravity merchant.
he, he's an Embiid merchant.
Man, I bet his
Yeah,
under the other day. It was literally the first time I bet an under. I was like, they're going up against the Celtics. They're gonna blow them out. Drew Holiday's
yeah.
gonna or Derek White's gonna clamp up Tyrese
Oh,
Maxey, and he had
yeah.
like 30. I was like, fuck you,
Damn. You gotta text him now.
for real.
Be like,
Why'd you have to
oh,
be good this game?
Um, Usually for like teams that just won the championship, I am hesitant for them to like make a big regular season push just because it's not really worth it most of the time.
Yeah,
But I think in the Nuggets case, it is worth it just because of how valuable their home court is.
yeah,
We've seen it last playoffs. That's what like helped them a lot was having home court advantage throughout uh, the whole West.
everyone was
Even
complaining about it.
yeah, because their home court is so OP. So it's definitely yeah, it's definitely like if you're a team that has such a good home court, like obviously home court in it of itself is still really good, but the
Yeah,
Nuggets home court is like you do everything you can to have that in every round.
yeah,
So yeah, he's making a strong push. It's really just Shea and Jokic, I think, has
yeah.
really.
Those are the two top guys, easily.
Who would you say is three?
You said who would I say is three?
Yeah,
Um, I think Giannis is making a very good argument for himself, but I think I'd probably go Luca.
I'd say Luca as well.
I just feel like Giannis doesn't have the narrative.
Really, I feel like that's mostly what he has.
I don't know. Cause I don't know. I feel like because most of what gets talked about is how you know the coaching, the defense, blah blah blah, and I feel like Giannis's MVP case gets kind of swept under the rug, which like that could benefit his case if you want to say it like that. But yeah, I don't know.
He's definitely been under the radar this season.
Yeah,
I feel like since he's won his MVPs, he's kind of been under the radar.
he has.
Like,
He
yeah,
has like permanent voters fatigue now.
yeah, honestly, which kind of sucks. But that's just how the NBA is where it's so fast moving, where we just like abandon these players right away,
Yeah,
and it's just like the shiny new toy is the more enticing thing.
yeah.
But he's still amazing.
No,
He's
like
still, I think, second best player.
we've genuinely taken Giannis for granted since his two MVP seasons, and I guess since he won Finals MVP.
Yeah. Since then, no one's really like talked about him that much, really.
Yeah,
But he's having his best season from the field. He's shooting 62% from the field,
he's just like me.
averaging 31 points per game.
Yeah, he's having a an incredibly under the rated radar season for how good he's been.
Yeah. And then his defensive stats too, I didn't know were this good. And then career high in assists. There's no way this man isn't in MVP talks, bro.
What's his average
And
for
then
this?
his average assists, 6.3.
Solid. It's solid.
6'11 guy, solid. Yeah. And then also with Giannis, what was I gonna say? Shoot.
With
Well,
Giannis.
so he also like he's playing 35 minutes a game this year because he has to. The
Yeah,
last couple of years has been around 32, 33. First MVP season, he averaged 30 minutes a game, which I remember at the time I was like, this is crazy. I think
yeah.
Buddy Hield was getting more minutes than him at that time, and I was like, and he just didn't play the fourth quarter, and he
The
won
Bucks were
MVP.
just on one that year.
Yeah, but he's really had to. Am I still here?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, God. Uh, he's really had to carry more of the load to keep this team afloat, especially with like all the drama and some struggles that they've been having.
Yeah,
But he's been doing it really well. So
yeah.
so
Definitely has not been getting the credit he deserves this season.
yeah, I think he's the second best player in the league still.
Yep,
But
I agree. Who would you say
I
is
think
third? Is the question.
I think some people have put Luca over Giannis at this point, but
I
I
wouldn't. I don't think I'd put him over Giannis, but I'm definitely okay having Luca top three.
Luca third.
Yeah.
I'd put Luca third.
Whew. This is just what the video is. Ranking our the title. Ranking our top five NBA players in the season.
Perfect. Here we go. We needed a title. Here we are.
No, I don't know who I'd because I don't know if I don't know how I feel about Joel Embiid because like he's so dominant that I feel like he has to be up there.
Yeah, I feel like 4 or 5 is fitting.
Yeah. And then I guess Steph maybe, but I feel like he hasn't been having a phenomenal season.
In the clutch, he has. He's been like he. I think he's my pick for clutch player of the year right now.
That's my goat.
His stats in the fourth have been amazing. I don't know
Yeah,
who I'd
well,
have.
anyone could do that. Just kidding.
Embiid, I would definitely have top five,
Yeah.
despite the playoff stuff. It's just about who else is in that top five.
Yeah, I don't
And
who are the candidates? Because as much as we all love LeBron, I don't think he's there anymore.
I don't
Tatum,
think so. Tatum is who I was
I
thinking.
think
There's
I think
Tatum, there's
Tatum's not a bad
Shea, there's
idea.
Durant,
Shea has been
there's
he has been phenomenal for the past 2 seasons, so you could definitely argue Shea.
I think either Shea or Tatum is
I
who
think
you
I think I'd
said.
go Tatum.
I'd go Tatum two at five probably. So Jokic, Giannis, Luca, Embiid, Tatum.
Yeah,
That's my top five.
yeah,
Um, and then yeah, Shea probably. Shea and Curry are probably like 6 and 7.
yeah.
Depend. You can arrange them however.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, really. And then like K- KD, LeBron, they still top 10.
I'd say so.
Oh,
Who else?
Kawhi exists.
Kawhi's been having a
So is
really good
that
year too.
that's the top 10?
Are we
And
missing anybody?
there's no Booker. Damn it.
I'd be okay
There's no,
slotting Booker right in at the 11, like right behind all those guys. Booker, AD, I feel like still has to be considered pretty highly. Playoff Jimmy is better than everyone
yeah, exactly. Bro, in the off season, remember after they won the championship, how I had Jimmy at I had him top five?
because that's how good playoff Jimmy is, man. And
Yeah,
it's such a shame that he literally doesn't give a shit about the regular season like at all.
yeah, no, exactly. Well, then I was looking at also, I was like, or maybe this was last year or 2 years ago. Or no, it was last year. Where like I was like, what does Tatum do better than Jimmy right? And I was going. This was during the playoffs, and I was going through it. I was like, Jimmy's the better defender, better playmaker, more clutch, and he's a better playoff performer. So like,
It's all still
but
true.
I mean,
I remember that when
I
we did our rankings the one year, we had Tatum and Jimmy switch flipped, and then the next year we did our rankings again, and we had them flipped again, just in the opposite way.
I do remember that. Yeah. But yeah. Well, now we have a title for the episode. Woo! Right here, our top five.
Top 5 players in the NBA, and it'll be Victor Wembanyama at 1.
How long until he's here?
Bro, I was thinking about it. I feel like obviously the team and how good they are has to play some aspect, which is why he's not already there. But the way he's been playing, bro, like I feel like you could argue he's already near the top like 15.
Yeah, a couple episodes ago we were like, is he top 20?
It's
Now I
his progression
closer.
is just insane, man.
Yeah, this is really the Wemby Glazing podcast, but yeah,
No, it's
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 fine.
crazy though, cause like he came into the league with expectations of LeBron and like how his expectations were when he was this young, and he's exceeded them so far. Other than the fact
He's
that the Spurs can't win a game to save their life, he's been phenomenal, and the Spurs need
that's the
to
only
build a
thing.
roster.
Yeah, it makes no sense how the Spurs have the same amount of wins this year as last year, pretty much. Like they're gonna be the same record as last year,
Yeah,
but the team is exponentially like Wemby's exponentially better than anyone they had the team last
it's empty stats.
year. No, I think not next season, but the season after that, I think he can legit be in like those top conversations.
I agree. Do you think they're gonna try to go after like Trae Young or something in the offseason?
Do you imagine? The only problem with that is like I don't know how Pop would feel about
I
Trey
know.
Young, man.
Well, and my thing is like as much as like as good as Trae Young is, I really like the idea of Topic next to Wemby. So
Yeah, I do like that fit, and it also just like if Topic turns out to be really good, then that's you just found your Tony Parker to Tim Duncan. Like that's kind of how I
exactly.
see it. Um, but the problem is he good enough right now?
No, exactly.
You can panic. I don't think this. I think that if the Spurs had a choice to draft Topic or to trade for Trae Young, I think they draft Topic.
I agree. Just because like I think he's like 6'5", 6'6". He'll be a better defender than Trey, obviously, and he'll be more of the pass first, whereas Trey is more of an offense, which I think is good. And if you could get like, you
Ball
could,
hog playmaker, the ball
yeah,
hog pass first.
yeah, and if you could find like a even like a better wing or something that fits to Wemby next to Wemby, like Sohan's cool, but it's Jeremy Sohan. Like he's a cool like role player, kind of uh hustle guy. But I think of like Nikola Jokic and Aaron Gordon, and I feel like that's obviously like arguably the best fit in the NBA, and I feel like Wemby has the obviously he's nowhere near the playmaking level of Jokic, but I think he has the ability to make someone like Aaron Gordon look really good next to him as well. Um,
Yeah, that's what really has gotten like under the radar. I think with Wemby season has been his playmaking.
yeah,
Like he's season 4 and he's like his playmaking is really up there.
he makes the proper reads consistently.
Yeah. With like you were talking about the Aaron Gordon and Jokic fit, I do definitely think that they can find that down the line, like a guy in that front court that kind of fits with him.
Mm,
I envision the best fit with Wemby is because Aaron Gordon, I don't think you need someone like as much of a dunker
yeah,
as just because Wemby already puts so much pressure on the rim just being 7'5".
that's true.
And I think like someone like obviously this isn't gonna happen, but someone in this mold is like a Jabari Smith Jr., where it's like, you know, like a rangy power forward that can, play defense, hold their own on the perimeter, and spot up if they need to.
Yeah, and also like someone like Jabari Smith probably with his size also be able to finish well enough that if you send a double at Wemby, you can be in the near the dunker spot for an easy dunk. But yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I like a fit like that.
But yeah, I think Topic could be really good with Wemby
Yeah,
if that is what happens, which I think is most likely gonna happen. But I mean, if the Spurs want to, they have the assets to like outbid a team like the Lakers, who are also trying to get Trae Young.
easily.
Trae
Yeah,
Young is
no,
third. Trae Young is third all time in assists per game right now. So
that's
having
crazy.
him with Wemby, that's insane. That's what
Yeah,
keeps me
and
up
I
at night.
I think that would be like the only reason that the Hawks move on for Trae Young is if they get a super overpay.
Yeah. Um, and the Spurs are like, you want your picks back? They
It's
basically
crazy
just
that
do a
the
redraft
the
Spurs
Spurs
swap.
might get another top 10 pick because of Jakob Pertl.
Bro, when the Raptors, because the Raptors are starting to win now.
I
When the
know.
Raptors first did
Yeah.
that trade deadline was pivotal in their it's gonna be pivotal in their history because they had high offers for OG and people were like, okay, they're gonna blow it up here. And then they're like, we're gonna bring back Jakob Pertl
Yeah.
and get rid of a first for next year.
We need a center. So
I was
let's
like, what?
get Jakob Pertl for our first next year and protect it top
Yeah.
six.
And they didn't make the playoffs because of DeMar DeRozan's daughter, man.
Ah!
Because they can't handle heckling. It's such a wild game. I remember watching that game live, and I was like, "What is that noise?"
I
That
don't
was
think I
so
watched that game live. But yeah, I just remember
funny.
immediately seeing clips on it on Instagram.
Yeah, I heard it first before like anyone knew who it was. Like I remember I was watching the beginning of the game, and the first time it happened, I was like, "Why is this person right near the mic screaming?" But they were just so loud that it.
Have you
Um,
seen that clip of Scotty missing a free throw and then he just like yells?
there's lots of clips
He,
of Scotty out there.
misses the free throw and he's like, oh! I was like, what the hell?
I like the one where he's waddling. I think it's against the Bulls, where I think
Scotty Barnes
he's
is definitely missing a chromosome or two.
like, God damn. I mean, you're not wrong.
Did you
He
see
didn't
what
have
he
to.
did you see what his PlayStation gamer tag is?
What is it?
It's like Scotty or Barnier
Oh
or
yeah,
Scotty
yeah.
or Barney or something like that. It's like what the hell?
Yeah. He's not beating the allegations. I think we lost our chance to have him on the podcast though, because I know he hates that when people talk about that.
Yeah,
I mean, which makes sense. Like, if someone was telling me like
spe-
thinking that's my boyfriend, I'd be like, that's a bit weird.
we
Um,
love Scotty here.
yeah, no, Scotty's great, and I honestly, I like the personality. I think it
I
just,
agree.
yeah, because I think he is a guy that's kind of under the radar because he plays in Toronto, and also just because like he's not as flashy as some other young up and coming stars, but
And he's a
he's a
good guy.
damn
And he's a good guy to bet on. I consistently bet on his rebounds plus assists every time, bro.
yeah, because he gets those all around games. So
Yeah.
that's good. Whatever. I mean, if the line's low enough, what's the line?
Usually it's around 14.5 to 15.5. So essentially like
Like averages.
8 and 8.
Yeah, he averages 8 and 6 for rebounds and assists on the
Yeah.
season, but I guess you just do it at the right time. Um, why does it say Scotty's position on Basketball Reference is shooting guard?
I think well cuz I think back when OG was there, they were running him as the 2. It
There's
was
no way.
like he was considered the shooting guard because it was Dennis Boyd, him shooting guard, OG the 3, Pascal Jakob.
I've sworn they had maybe not. Positions are weird.
I know.
That's
They're
why
so inconsistent. I forget who it was. It was someone on the Pacers, and I saw they they were listed at like shooting guard. I was like, "Huh, yeah." It's just so inconsistent.
yeah.
Positionless basketball, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Well, that's why the all NBA teams are now positionless. But the reason the defensive teams aren't is because barely any point guards would make it.
I
There'd
know.
be no guards that made it.
I feel like that's fine though, cause like I feel like
Mm,
only the elite of the elite guards need to make it anyways. Like I feel like if we were to make, I don't know if Herb's considered would be considered a shooting guard, a guard or a forward,
I think he'd be, yeah, guard.
but if we were to make it now, I think him and Derek White would have to be locks. Caruso maybe.
Suggs and Caruso.
Suggs and Caruso, and that's your 4 anyways. So, yeah,
Yeah. Bro, I hate doing 2K My leagues, having Luca the all defense first team.
I know. He's just because
Ooh.
I don't. He doesn't even like get stats, does he?
I have no idea what it is. It's probably just because his rating is so high that they
It's,
had to raise
you know what
like
it is?
his
It's his.
defense.
It's his fucking rebounds, bro.
Yeah, yeah. And he like gets enough steals,
Yeah,
but oh, okay. Here's a guy that could be all defense, Shea, which is also a reason why
that's
it's
true.
crazy that he's like in MVP talks.
Yeah,
I think he might still be leading the league in steals. He is. Um, and his defensive stats this year have been great. Like he could honestly
he,
be,
he's got the case and the advanced stats too. So, yeah,
yeah.
I could see it.
So yeah, but those five that we mentioned, it depends on if Herb's a guard or not.
Yeah,
But even then, Shea.
I think I'd go Shea over Caruso if anything, even though just because like the Bulls are so ass.
That's true. Um, yeah, I could live with that. Um, we're at about an hour ish right now.
54.
54. Yeah.
I
Nothing
feel
really
like you
else
had
that
more topics than this.
I did, but that's okay.
I was gonna say we just kind of rambled.
We can breeze through them quickly. The Bucks have been picking it up since the break. They're 4-0. They've looked really good defensively. We talked about Giannis a little bit, but they're
That's what I
starting to.
that's what I said. I said they needed to figure out and they needed to figure it out quick. And yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so far they're doing that. So good for them.
Dang, I called it. But when we did our rest of the season predictions, I was like, the Bucks are turning it around.
Yeah, just wait till the
But
playoffs though.
Yeah, and also they need to play some better teams. They beat the Timberwolves, which is really good,
Yeah,
but other than that, it was the Sixers without Embiid, the Hornets, and I don't remember the other team,
gotta win those games though too. So yeah, good on them. Win the games you
which
can.
they didn't do against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Jaren
Yeah,
Jackson,
that's
I'm on my Grizzly.
yeah. So we talked about Trae Young a little bit with the Spurs. If there was a bet, if there was like, if you could bet money on it, would you say he's gonna be a Hawk to start next season or no?
That's a really good question. To start next season, I think I'd bet that he would be a Hawk.
I would also,
I just think
but
there's nothing that the Hawks would want from the Lakers, and I think the Spurs are gonna draft. And at that point, it's like I feel like there's not a huge market for Trae Young.
yeah, I don't know what other teams would be interested. I mean, I think sneaky team like the Magic could be cool,
Yeah,
but I
I've
think
definitely
that
done that trade before in
yeah,
2K. Too bad they hate the Magic and that team still was shit.
bro. Do you know what also pisses me off when I do my leagues is how good the Pistons are right away.
I know there's some
Like,
teams that I don't like rebuilding just because 2K is so stupid with them. Like the Piston, like when I was trying to do a rebuild when they were in the middle of the 28 game win streak and we would end up making the playoffs, and I was like, what the fuck?
yeah, I did a my league with the Magic last year, and,
Oh,
and I did a start today and won the championship, and I was like, oh
that's crazy. Yeah, because no, because normally like whenever I try to do Magic rebuilds, they just struggle, struggle, struggle.
yeah, was I cutting out? Is it about that time?
You were well, you're. It was weird. Your voice was good for once, but your screen was frozen.
Yeah, my voice was good for once, thanks. Um, I think Trey Young will be a Hawk,
Yeah,
and he just had surgery. We'll have to see if he comes back this season.
yeah,
My prediction is he'll try to, but struggle.
yeah,
'Cause that's usually what happens.
yeah.
Rushing superstars back by playoffs, and then it doesn't go well because it never goes well, and it's never worth it.
I was gonna say, and they just got blown up by the Nets last night, bro. Like that's bad. Um,
Yeah, the Nets have
like
been doo doo.
they might not. Wait, with games like that, they might not make the playoffs.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, it's just like if you're a team that has a ceiling where it's like we can win a championship, then I get rushing your player back.
Yeah,
But like the Hawks, it's like the Blake Griffin Pistons thing. Like, what are you gonna do? Maybe win a game?
maybe, probably not.
Now Blake's out the league because he loved Detroit, man.
What this, because they played the Celtics in the first round last year. Did they get one game or two?
The Hawks got 2 games on them, I think.
But this Celtics team looks like a different monster. So
I think the Celtics might have been up 3-1, and then the Hawks
yeah,
made it 6.
you know what looks really good in hindsight?
What?
The Marcus Smart trade. Like he's
What?
barely played this year.
Yeah, that's true. What did they even get back? Was he in the Porzingis trade?
Yes,
Okay.
because originally it
Yeah.
was Brogdon, but then they switched it. I think that's what happened, and then they were like, no, we don't want Brogdon. So then the Grizzlies were like, we'll take Marcus Smart.
Do you know what's the best trade? The better Celtics trade? Josh Richardson for Derek White swap.
That's crazy.
Yeah, is Josh Richardson even on team, right? Oh, he's on the
He's on the
Heat, I
Heat.
think.
Yeah, he's back on the Heat.
Yeah, but like Derek White, man. What a trade. That was just like a nothing trade at the
Yeah.
deadline where it was like, okay, I
Well, the
guess.
thing is, like, I always liked Derek White too, even before that. Like, obviously, I didn't expect him to be what he was today, but I thought he was a solid role player guy.
He
Um,
had a really good playoff run. He had a really good showing out against the Nuggets when he was on the Spurs
yeah,
in the first round a couple years ago when they had Aldridge and DeRozan. He had a
yeah.
really good playoff series, and that kind of put me on. But yeah, he's Derek White's pretty nice. I think that's about it. So yeah, anything else? Okay, so we will end it.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's about everything.
okay, got it. I was like, I don't hear anything, so I'm guessing that's good. So that is all for this episode of Lucha's Lab Podcast. If you enjoyed, and if you're on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. If you're over on Spotify, rate us 5 stars and tune in probably Friday again when we will be talking more hoops. That's all for us now. We'll see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.
Adios.